Good afternoon. This is Realtor Princess Dupor with eXp Realty with today's real estate update tool. And today I'm going to talk to those that thought about renting to own. Renting to own, should you continue to rent until you get qualified to buy? Should you go ahead and buy? And for sellers, what your options can be as far as selling. Should you sell versus buying a home first, or should you buy a home and then sell? And so I would like to talk about this because it's really going on right now. And I believe in being a real trusted source of real estate for you today. So I want to talk about the rent to own. And the rent to own is basically a process where you as the buyer come to a seller and you allow that seller, the owner, you allow that buyer to rent for you for a certain period of time, typically like the first 2 years. And then the next few years, you expect them to go ahead and buy it. Okay. You're expecting them to go ahead and get qualified by credit, get qualified by certain things to go ahead and buy the property. Okay. And so that's a time period between 3 to 5 years. It can be amazing. And yet it can be the greatest downfall you'll ever experience. Okay. That goes for buyers and sellers. First of all, one of the major things that the problems that have with rent to own is that a lot of times situations come up. People lose their jobs, especially with the pandemic going on, right? People lose their jobs. People get sick, illnesses, COVID. You know what I mean? So a lot of times things come up and maybe they're not able to fulfill what they were in the contract for, right? So what do you do next? And so this is why most realtors or real estate agents or broker or companies do not like to get involved with rent to own. They will recommend for you to go ahead and contact a real estate attorney before they get involved with it, because we really don't have a contract that's literally written for a rent to own. In real estate, especially in Texas, it's either you're going to buy a home, you're going to sell a home, or you're going to rent. It's one or the other. There's no in between. I'm going to start this off and do this. No. Now we're able to help you in that process and coach you. But a lot of times we refer you to a real estate attorney who's going to really need to get your back, because most of the times renting to own is more in favor for the owner. Because first of all, you're renting and paying their mortgage, and yet you're in an agreement with them that you're going to go ahead and take on what they have. And by the time it's time for you to take over what they have, this is not legal advice. This is just expertise. By the time you take over what they have, it may be they may have liens on their property or anything. We don't know. You don't know. OK, so that's why they recommend a real estate attorney when you're doing a rent to own. So I would say, as a realtor, go ahead and keep renting. Keep renting until you're ready to buy. Working on your credit. So many credit repair companies out there that can help you with negative items and building your credit. Okay. Work on your credit, build your credit, get it to a minimum of 680, remove all that debt you have compared to the income you coming in. All of that, making sure you save up for a nice down payment, about $5,000, to make sure you can cover expenses in the real estate, not paying the agent, because the agent is paid when the home closes. Okay. So I want everybody to know that nobody pays the realtor except at the sale of the home. Okay. And that comes out by the title company. So you can clear your mind and be free. So as far as renting, I would recommend to keep renting until you can get yourself approved for a home. And when you're ready, you could contact me. I would love to represent you and make that happen for you and take you through the processes and coaching and walk you through from start to finish, right? For those that want to sell your home, homeowners, maybe you're dealing with the COVID program. Maybe you're behind in your mortgage. This is a perfect time to go ahead and sell it. Okay, go ahead and sell your home so you can walk away now with the maximum amount, rather than it being foreclosed as soon as this thing lifts. As soon as the COVID-19 program lifts, your home is going to go straight into foreclosure with no problem, no time. Okay, so if you're behind in your mortgage, go ahead and sell it now. And if you can't even move before you sell it, offer and talk to a realtor such as myself who can write up a contract called a lease back, where you have an option where even after the home is sold, even after the home is sold to the new buyer, you're still renting. You're going to go ahead and rent from them. And this is all in the contract, all the terms on the buyer, on your end, when you're going to leave, and all of that. So I would recommend go ahead and sell your home now. As a matter of fact, before you buy your new home, go ahead and search for a new property before you sell it, because this market is moving so fast. By the time I list your property and by the time I put up the maximum price and make it look good and draw it and put it in amazing places, you're going to get offers here and here and there. I mean, all over the place, and I'll be able to coach you through, but at least you'll know where you're going, right? So this is Realtor Princess Dupor with today's real estate tool update, discussing renting to buying. Should you rent or should you go ahead and buy? And for sellers, should I sell or first go for my home? Yes, go for your home so you know where you're going, even if you need a lease back option. And sell it now if you're dealing with where you're behind in your mortgage. That way you can get the maximum amount now before it forecloses. Have a great day.